So the planet Earth is alive, which means it gives off heat, so it has its own electromagnetic energy field.
Yes.
And this energy field has certain points of intersection that are more powerful than others.
Yes. They can be called energy centers or chakras.
And these energy centers are where you will find ancient monuments, prehistoric sites, and prominent landmarks all across planet Earth.
Yes. Some have been discovered, and some have yet to be discovered. The location in Palmer Park wasn't discovered by man yet, but it was discovered by the extraterrestrial ghosts.
So the crystal was strategically placed in Palmer Park for this reason.
Right. The crystal was the missing link for the weapon that the ghost was going to use against planet Earth. That's why they needed it.
So I have to ask, who put the crystal there in the first place?
So, before I can properly explain that, I have to explain what happened after I got the actual location of the crystal.
Yes, of course, please.
So around this time, I was still paranoid by the thought of being haunted by the Draconians. I knew they were watching. I just couldn't figure out why they haven't made a move yet. Of course, like I said, I saw myself as a vigilante, and my real life enemy was the Draconians. So when I got the coordinates for the crystal, I didn't want to just give it to the goats. I told them I wanted to help.
You wanted to be recruited by the goats and help them fulfill their agenda.
Yes, I wanted to be their contact person on planet Earth. This was my first attempt at actually establishing a working relationship with a specific group of extraterrestrials. The Draconians were my opposition, and I wanted to make the goats my allies.
So how did you convince them to accept you?
I told them before I can give them the coordinates, I needed something in return. A seat at the table. And he agreed. And once again, every time I reach a milestone, I'm always somehow pulled back into my past.
What do you mean?
After I gave the goats the coordinates for the crystal, they informed me that the Draconians had been watching my ex-girlfriend, and they were planning to kidnap her and use her as leverage to control me.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, but the goats helped me. I was given a small sonic device that emitted a frequency that distorted the whole cerebral matrix of the Draconians and their hybrids. It was basically a sound that made them go crazy.
So you finally had an encounter with the Draconians.
After I found out the Draconians were actually planning to kidnap her, I followed her around, kept eyes on her, without her knowing, of course.
And that's what led to the confrontation.
Yes. I was able to catch him right before he took me. The sonic device worked perfectly. I stayed with her throughout the night to make sure she was safe.
I'm sure you did.